Welcome back, students. This is the continuation and the last part of the problem which are solving. Part 1, part 2 we have done with these two simplex tables. Now continuation of this simplex table. So here x1 enters the basis, whereas A1 leaves the basis. So this is key column and this is key row. Fine. Then key element is 4 by 3. Fine. So then we are supposed to go to the next simplex table, because since Zj minus Cj is less than 0. So when Zj minus Cj is less than 0, go for the next simplex table. So the next simplex table is like this, and this is the last iteration. And also as A1 enters as A1 leaves the basis, we need to remove the A1 column, because it is an artificial variable. So as it leaves the basis, we have to leave the entire column, because we don't want the artificial variable to appear in the final solution. So as it leaves the basis, so make sure that you should leave the column. Here A2 leaves the basis, so we have removed A2 from the next simplex table, whereas in this simplex table A1 leaves the basis, so make sure that A1 should not be there in the next simplex table. That's why now this third simplex table is a modified simplex table. Fine. So once again I will repeat the same concept here. So as the artificial variable leaves the basis, remove that complete column from the next simplex table, because we don't want the artificial variable should appear in the final solution. Fine. So because artificial variable is fictitious and it doesn't have any physical meaning. So, and we are also added a big penalty. So we don't want those things to be appear in the final solution. That's why the next table is like this. It is contains CB, B, XB, X1, X2, S1, S2. Both artificial variables A1 and A2 are left the basis and have removed that complete column. So here X1 enters the basis in place of S1 and X2 enters the basis in place of S2. So coefficient of X1 is minus 12, whereas coefficient of X2 is minus 20. Fine. So this is 1, this is 1. So the answer is 15 here. Then followed by this is 0. Then it is minus 3 by 4 we got. Then followed by 2 we got. Fine. These are the answers. And this is 0 followed by the new answer we got is 5 by 4. Then we got 1. Then 7 by 6 minus 3 by 8. The things comes how the hell we got this 15 here. Fine. So 15 means what? 20 divided by 4 by 30. Fine. It is nothing but 20 by 1 into 3 by 4, that is 60 divided by 4 is nothing but 15 what we got here. Fine. So how the hell we got this number, that is this value. So formula is what? Old new element is equal to old element key column into key row divided by key element. This is the formula. So by applying this formula, that is old element is how much? 10 minus product of key row, that is product of key row and key column, that is 20 into how much it is? 7 by 20 divided by what is 4 by, that is 4 by 30. Fine. So this comes across 5 by 4. Fine. So this is how we are finding the values. Now we are supposed to find the value of Zj. So Zj is 205 here. So this into this plus this into this. That is, let me write minus 20 into 5 by 4 plus minus 12 into 15. How much it is? Minus 25 minus 12 into 15 is how much? Fine. So the whole answer will become 205. I think minus 205. Fine. The next one is, the next value is minus 12 it is. So this into this is 0 is, so minus 12 it is. Next comes minus 20, then it is 1 by 4 followed by 16.5. So when I do with Zj minus Cj, it is 0, it is 0, it is 1 by 4, it is 16 point, so it is how much? 16.5. So now we got the values here. That means Zj minus Cj is positive. So let me write the conclusion. Since all Zj minus Cj is greater than or equal to 0, therefore the solution is optimum. It is optimum. Now x1 is equal to 15 and x2 is equal to 5 by 4. So Z min Z is equal to 205 paise. Fine, is 205 paise. That is rupees 2.058. So maximum, sorry, the minimum, I want to say the minimum cost of the product mix is 2 rupees 5 paise at the end. So after solving for the 3 simplex table, what the answer is? What the minimum paisa or minimum cost is? What? 2 rupees 5 paise. Fine. So this is how the whole. So I think we have started with the problem. We are supposed to find out the formulation. First we need to formulate the LPP. Once we have formulated the LPP, but the LPP was not there in the standard form, then we have added slack and surplus variables for surplus variables to make the LPP in the standard form. Fine, but the constraints are subjected to greater than or equal to. So in that case, you are supposed to solve the problem by using Big M method. So then we have added not only slack variables and surplus variables, we also added some artificial variables. The artificial variables like A. So we have added a big penalty in case of Big M method. So minus M in case of maximization, minimum, plus M in case of minimization. Then once we have introduced all these slack, surplus variables and penalty and artificial variable, the problem was in standard form. Then once the problem was in standard form, then we have solved that problem using simplex table. So in the third simplex table, we got Zj minus Cj value which are all positive. Then we have come to a conclusion that x1 is 15 whereas x2 is 5 by 4. So the minimum cost of the product mix is 2 rupees 5 paise. Fine. This is how we are supposed to solve this Big M method. Fine. Thank you.